we're going to flip, shuffle, and reverse our arrays. We have that in the working arrays folder, and we can just open up those 3 different files. They're all in different files with a little bit different source code, and it's very straightforward to get that to work, and we have a few tricks and things in there. So if we look at the folder there, working with arrays, we have flipping arrays. This is going to take our keys and values and flip them. So if you have an array, this is just printing out the array. You can see that we have key of A, B, or C, value of 100, 200, and 300. Well, when you flip it, it's just going to be reversed. If you need that functionality, well, there it is. It's ready for you. It's going to make this the element or the key and this the value. It could have uses for you. Reversing is very easy. We'll create a range here of 1 to 52, and then we'll just reverse it. So it's great for working with any type of array. We know that arrays are great and powerful, and we can use them in order, we can shuffle them, do all different types of things. And we'll see how this works. Very easy, and like I said, a few tricks in there, extra information. Shuffling an array is like working with a game. If you need to shuffle a deck of cards or something like that, well, it's nice to know that you can shuffle them. If we refresh this page, you can see that it changes. We can just click this again too. And you'll see that it changes automatically on demand. And it's great to be able to do that. It's not going to be based on those casino algorithms. You'll probably have better odds with your shuffling, but at the same time, it's pretty easy. All right. So if we want to flip something, simple, flipping arrays, PHP, we take an array, we create our keys and our values. We just call the array flipped. And what it does is it takes an array as the source, as the parameter into the function, and then it returns an array. That returned array is going to be in reverse, and we use the print r function just to print out our array. This is just really for, it helps you when you print out the array like that. You can also parse that string or whatever is echoed out, because this is going to just echo out the string data. But at the same time, you can just use this for debugging purposes. And we see we have 2 different arrays. The original wasn't touched, and the destination was flipped. And that's how things are set up, flipping things around. So it really just does things behind the scenes for you. It has code in there that's written in C++ or whatever language it's written in, and then it's actually just usable for you, like a library. And it's not like it does it with magic. It actually has to have an algorithm to flip the array. And when you write your own libraries, you're doing the same thing. And these functions really help you out. To reverse an array, just as easy. However, we're going to use the range function. This takes a minimum and a maximum, a set range, 1 to 52, and it will create an array there of 52 elements from 0 to 51, and it's going to have the values 1 to 52, like we see here. This is the source. And then we're going to reverse it. To reverse it, we're just going to use the array reverse function. Again, another array that's going to be the source. This is an array that's returned. And we're going to receive array reverse, and that's going to be another array. We just use this special little while loop here with the list function and the each. This is special syntax that allows us to loop through each of the elements of an array. This is the array that we want to grab the value for. This is the value here, and this is the array. So this is the element value. We could put $key in here. We have seen this, or we're going to see this. It's just another way to use the list function here. $key would allow us to grab the key name as well. Values is just the value. But we know that this is a range from 0 to 51, so we don't really need to list that out. So we just grab equals each. It's going to grab that off of the arrays, and then we just echo out the value here. And this is the syntax. Simple. And then we just do that again to see what the reverse array is going to do and how that looks. So you get the idea there. Shuffling does a few extra things. Like I said, it'll keep going there each time you click it, and we'll take a peek at that. Sliding down. We use the same while loop in both of these. That's a good way to do that. The range again, $vals is an array, and the same range. Now we're calling shuffle. Notice that there is no different array that we're going to return here. This is how you use it. So you're going to be changing the source array. So if you want, you can actually create a temporary variable, and you can set that to be your vowels. And then you can shuffle, and then you can do this portion on the bottom for vowels and temp. And you can see the outcome here. We have to actually, we're going to reset temp here. And then you can see that we have temp back where it began. At the beginning, it hasn't been changed because we set a temporary variable to actually hold the same array of values here. There you go. It just copies that completely in there for us as a separate variable. And then we manipulate the shuffled array here, as you can see. And we'll reset vowels. And you see that this is still shuffling. But it's based off of what we shuffled at one time. So you can see that this is all different. This is temp, and this is the vowels, which is originally shuffled. And it's still shuffled. It wasn't reshuffled. You would have to call the shuffle again if you want to do that. But it doesn't return a new array there. If you want that extra functionality to keep your source, then you're going to have to actually use a temporary or a source variable and then just copy it into another variable and then shuffle either the source or the new variable. And that's how you do it. Nice and easy. I'll leave this code commented out.